Def Jam's parent company, Island Def Jam, bought out the remaining 50% of Rockefeller Records, leading to Jay being officially appointed as the president and CEO of Def Jam Recordings.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So started off LL Cool J dissed you, and he said your shit whack, clowned you in front of everybody. Now you own part ownership of what that nigga signed to. That shit crazy, bro. Yeah. Jay-Z versus LL Cool J beef documentary. Let's get into it. Queens versus Brooklyn. Brooklyn's finest. Shout out Jay the God. I think he's from Queens. This should be good. Let's see. I have no idea why they was beefing, so let's go.
See, if anybody wanted a problem with me, they would have let people know.
I'm the best. I'm telling you, I'm the greatest. Well, one of the greatest. I don't want no problems, hell.
I think it's double audio. Hold on. Give me a minute. Got a lot of audios in here. Hold on. Let me see. Let me just mute that.
Watch your mouth. Don't ever step out of line. LL Cool J, greatest of all time.
In the world of hip-hop, every generation has a king. In the 80s and early 90s, few names stood taller than LL Cool J. Def Jam's first superstar. A rap pioneer who helped turn hip-hop into a global movement.
That sound good to y'all? Like this? Hold on,
one of the first.
Let me know if that sound good to y'all.
With the steady growth of the genre, more and more artists of the newer generation were coming for the crown L was defending. Hip-hop is a very competitive genre, and some rivalries stem from poorly documented incidents and grudges. That was the case with the then up-and-coming rapper Jay-Z, with whom L would later compete over legacy, power, and respect. Today we're breaking down the history of LL Cool J's beef with Brooklyn's finest Jay-Z, from hidden tension and industry politics to an all-out lyrical war between two hip-hop heavyweights.
I hate this nigga voice that's talking already.
So without further ado, let's get right into it. The beef goes all the way back to 1985, when LL Cool J was 17.
1985.
And Jay, who at the time was known as Jazzy, was still in high school and about to turn 16. Cool J was 17.
He was 17. LL Cool J was 17.
Was known as Jazzy, was still in high school and about to turn 16.
So they was both around the same age, okay.
And was the first artist signed to the label Def Jam Recordings in 1984.
Okay.
The single I Need a Beat had sold over 100,000 copies by the time he met Jay.
Okay.
And he was about to make history again with his debut album Radio, which was scheduled to be released on November 18th, 1985.
Okay.
He actually dropped out of high school to pursue a music career. A lot of people, including Jay, wanted to be just like him. L was highly respected in the game, even back then, seen as the leader of the new school, and Jay at the time was looking up to him. L was one of the reasons he started rapping. The way these two met was at a city rap concert, in which Jay
that nigga always been ugly.
was participating. As one of the contestants, he was allowed to spit a verse in front of LL Cool J, who served as a judge, since he was one of the very few people in the rap industry that had a record deal. And even at the beginning of his career, he had a reputation for being very cocky and arrogant. Someone who was not only looking down on everyone else in the game.
The young LL Cool J looked like somebody, but I can't put a name to it.
But especially all the up-and-coming rappers who were trying to get a record deal. As if in his eyes, he was the only one that was worth being signed to a record label. At least that was one of the many complaints about him. Jay wanted to be an artist as well. That was always his dream. So he was excited to spit a verse in front of one of his idols. But he was very amateurish back then. L laughed in his face and mocked him for being whack. And Jay was hurt. This moment basically started their whole rivalry.
And you laughed at that nigga face, and then you said that nigga was trash. Hey, sometimes niggas gotta laugh in niggas' face and call they shit trash and be honest with them, bro. Hey.
Cause Jay took it personal and swore to himself that one day he'll be better and even surpass him. But back then it was very hard to get
If they shit was
and
trash.
put out music. There wasn't too much money in hip-hop at the time, and options were limited. You couldn't just blow up overnight and become a rap superstar through a viral moment. Everyone had to wait for their turn, but no one wanted to sign him. That's why he started selling cocaine in '88, and that's how he supposedly got the money to start his own record label years later.
So he did sell
Until then,
cocaine.
he tried making a name for himself by approaching big names in the industry and challenging them into rap battles. That's how he met his mentor Jaz-O.
I always felt like he didn't, sell coke and all that type of stuff. But yes, he did. I guess he did.
Whom he would collaborate in '89 on the song Hawaiian Sophie.
Look to my partner Jay, yeah, I saw it. Shrugged his shoulder, said, I can't call it.
Things got heated when
OJ.
Jaz-O dropped his album Word to the Jazz a month before the release of LL's album Walking with the Panther. Cause one of them stole the idea of adding a panther to the cover from the other. L had been promoting the album Walking with the Panther for almost a year before it came out. They both incorporated identical styling, posing with heavy gold rope chains and matching gold finger rings. So who was biting whom? The covers caused a lot of controversy.
Jay-Z was copying LL Cool J. If LL Cool J was marketing it before him a year before.
The photo shoot for LL's album happened before the release of Word to the Jazz, but Jaz-O was promoting his album by walking through the Marcy projects with a panther. It could also just be that Jay and Jaz wanted to get on LL's nerves. So who knows? Jay was featured on the back of the album cover, cause Jaz wanted to promote him as much as possible.
Oh, so wait, his name was Jazz at first before Jay-Z? Never knew that.
That's why he put him on Hawaiian Sophie, and then again in 1990 on the song The Originators. By that time he had already sharpened his skills and impressed people with his fast-paced flow. One of them being the legend Big Daddy Kane, who tried to help him make a name for himself. He learned a lot from them as far as rapping goes and improved his flow and lyrics. In the late 80s,
he learned that from Big Daddy Kane.
The chopper flow, which is basically the triplet flow, rhyming super fast. And Jay was doing the same. Back then, Kane and LL were competing for the #1 spot, along with rappers like Rakim and KRS-One. Everyone had their own unique rapping styles, and Jay became Big Daddy Kane's protege. In 1990, he took him on BET's Rhapsody, where he kicked the freestyle, and that was actually his first TV appearance. And from there, he took him on shows and let him perform live to slowly build a following. Battling pretty much every MC he got to hang out with, getting better and better.
He owned Big Daddy Kane a lot. Well, that's what I just got out of this. He owed Big Daddy Kane a lot. Big Daddy Kane really put this nigga on. But he got the money. He did his own thing. But Big Daddy Kane saw that and he helped him out.
Meanwhile, L was getting ready to release his 5th studio album, 14 Shots to the Dome. He had already dropped 4 classic platinum and even multi-platinum albums. Radio in '85, Bigger and Deffer in '87, Walking with a Panther in '89, and Mama Said Knock You Out in 1990.
Mama Said Knock
So
You
in
Out.
92, he was working on his 5th project. One of L's biggest fans was Jay's uncle, who he would always tell that one day he'll be better than him. And his uncle would always shut it down, telling him to stop dreaming. Jay had made up his mind. He wanted to be a bigger and better rapper than LL, and he wanted to prove it to everyone. In '92, he was desperately looking for him in New York, because he felt like his skills were advanced enough to compete with him. He was
Okay.
ready to battle and embarrass him the same way L did to him in '85.
Oh,
And
wow.
L at the time was known as the Battle King, after coming out victorious from his feuds with Kool Moe Dee, MC Hammer, and Ice-T.
Okay.
Jay, his rhyme partner Sauce Money, his mentor Jaz-O, his manager Damon Dash, and DJ Clark Kent spent the better part of '92 hunting down LL, looking for him everywhere in New York in order to challenge his title.
Okay.
According to Dame Dash's lawyer, Combat Jack, who spoke to Dame and Clark Kent the following day after the
This nigga went through New York looking for LL Cool J to battle this nigga. This nigga, hey bro, that's dedication. Hey, Hey, you want to be the best, you gotta beat the best. I feel it.
incident, the plan was to beat him in a battle, embarrass him in front of a crowd, and then get themselves a record deal after earning a reputation for defeating the Battle King.
Okay.
They believed that record labels would take note and give him that much sought after deal. Combat Jack wrote in a blog post on his website in May 2009. Whenever LL was spotted by either of them, they would page each other and get Jay to meet at whatever location LL was. This went on a couple times. Once contacted, Jay, Source Money, and Jazzo would roll up to the club, bar, or whatever venue and lay in the cut, waiting for an opportunity to attack LL in battle. Dame would parley with, then taunt LL about how Jay was nicer than him, was ready to take his spot even.
Okay.
LL's ego would result in him agreeing to go head-to-head against a young and then unknown challenger.
Okay.
This event was rumored to have occurred multiple times in 92 and 93.
Okay.
Jay-Z managed to pull off the seemingly impossible and won each time. Dame and Clark would end up in my office the following day, laughing about how Jay lit LL up. Every time too, Combat Jack recalled. They was a bit sour too, cause after each battle, L would get mad and kill the vibe. Crush Jay's by flinging the...
Nigga was mad. Nigga said, hey nigga, you ain't beat me. Ain't no one-on-ones, nigga. Let's go.
Yo, my next record is dropping next month. When's yours coming out again, Scrap? Line at him. Jay, Dame, and Clark didn't like that shit. Not one bit. I'm
He
betting
beat him,
those
though.
battles are the reason LL is still kinda eggy towards Jay. However, according to Source Money, LL Cool J, Jazzo, and Jay-Z himself, they only battled once, and it happened in February 93, a month before LL's album 14 Shots to the Dome came out. L was drunk at an industry party at a club, drinking champagne and enjoying himself. Jay and his people were stalking him and following him into the club. He was flexing money to impress LL, who didn't really pay him no mind. After a while, he walked out the club and Jay's team followed him. They had a guy there named
stalking him,
who was carrying a big VHS camera filming the whole incident, cause they wanted to embarrass him. Have the whole battle on film and spread it all around Brooklyn to build a reputation for Jay and his crew. Outside the venue, L was trying to leave, but Source Money cut him off, confronting him, putting the pressure on him as if he wants a one-on-one fistfight.
He was drunk
in front of a large crowd and telling him, "You don't want it with me." Basically challenging him into a battle like he always does. He would just randomly walk up to rap legends and put the pressure on them, forcing them into rap battles.
Hold on. Alright, bro. This is how this shit used to be. Cause think about it. If this is how this shit used to be, my nigga, I'm famous. I got money. First of all, you shouldn't be in these hoods. That's the first thing. You setting yourself up for failure to get beat up and a nigga to take your spot. So I blame LL Cool J.
The crowd didn't really understand what was going on and thought they were about to fight. Source Money was mean-mugging him, and Dame Dash was ad-libbing in the back and talking crap, telling L that Jay's better than him and will absolutely destroy him, that he's ready to take his crown. He was basically the hype man of the crew, the one with the big mouth, the instigator. And they really got under his skin, cause everyone was staring at him and they were yelling over him. L then responded, "I got a deal and I'm rich. Why would I battle you? I don't even know who you are." He turned around and wanted to walk away, but then the one buddy L had with him whispered something in his ear, and L decided to come back and actually accept the challenge. Maybe he was told that there are too many people watching, and that they have it on camera how L, the quote-unquote battle king, is walking away from a battle. Back then, everyone had a reputation to uphold, so he accepted it.
I was at a club. I was drinking champagne and drunk.
Yes.
I came outside. I was actually rapping and rhyming
This
with
is L.
Source Money. Okay.
See guy, and he in the club and they're trying to, flash money to get my attention. And I'm looking, okay. And then this man Sauce came up to me and was rapping. So I had a couple. Remember, I'm albums in now. These are guys that ain't had a deal. So when I have a deal, I had a suitcase of rhymes. Now I'm albums in. So I said some rhymes. I said a couple of rhymes. Then I said a little bit of a song, Ain't No Stopping This, a little bit.
L had memorized verses from his upcoming album 14 Shots to the Dome that
Okay.
nobody had heard before. So that's what he wanted to use against Source, who ended up going first. Afterwards, L rapped 4 to 5 verses back to back, thinking that that'll be the end of it. But then Jay-Z came in, wanting to continue the battle, rapping super fast with a more sophisticated flow, tongue-twisting rhymes that made everyone go crazy.
They jumped that nigga. Hey, this is a verbal jump. They jumped that nigga, dog. They jumped that nigga. That nigga got packed out, nigga. That nigga said, all right, 1-on-1. Then this nigga Jay-Z came, big mouth, fucking came, spitting bars, nigga. And that nigga was like, what? And that nigga ain't know what the fuck to do. Nigga, brain exploded. Bow. Nigga.
I said my shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? When I was done with like maybe 4 or 5 rhymes, I'm finished with all my rounds and everything. Then Jay came over and start rapping some shit. Okay? I was done. I had nothing else. All right?
He was already walking away.
I had nothing else to say. Okay?
Right.
So I just ran out of shit.
Right.
Okay? I wasn't gonna sit there and start repeating Rapper's Delight or some shit.
Right.
You know, I said one little thing from like some record I had coming out at the time.
And they admitted it. They ambushed you.
Yeah, but it's not even about an ambush.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it ain't even an ambush. I mean, okay, you could call it that, but the reality is I was out of rhymes. It was over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, like see me when I got some clip. You caught
To be
me.
continued.
I mean, if you want it.
That's an ambush, nigga. They ambushed you, nigga. That's called an ambush, nigga. You got ambushed.
I was out of rhymes, B. In no scenario was I like fully loaded and ready to rhyme. You know what I'm saying? If I was, I'm not exactly like, the first rapper that you really want to get into that shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't like, so yes, did I run out of rhymes? Was I finished rapping? Absolutely. Was it their peanut gallery? Absolutely.
L then got angry and started rapping another verse, but this time he looked at Jaz-O as if he's trying to go at him, even though he was just standing there watching. Everyone was making fun.
Is that just this nigga accent calling him Jaz-O? It's Jay-Z, motherfucker.
Of LL's rhymes, saying that they sound basic and dated compared to what Source and Jay-Z brought to the table.
Oh, no. Okay, now you talking about Jaz-O. Oh, okay. All right, my fault, my nigga. My bad.
Basically forcing him to participate in the battle. But then L supposedly ran out of rhymes while he was performing a verse from the song Ain't No Stopping This, from the upcoming album 14 Shots to
Is
the
that
Dome.
that Ain't No Stopping This? Is that song?
He didn't fully remember it, so he stopped, and everyone thought he choked. And that's when Jaz-O came in, rapping another super fast verse. And every time Jay's camp was rapping, the whole entourage would cheer and hype up all the bars. But during LL's turn, they were only complaining. He only had one person with him, so he was outnumbered. After Jaz-O was finished, they looked at L to see if he had more rhymes, but he was basically out of ammo. And he didn't want to rap anything that the Rockefeller camp had already heard. Cause again, they were all fans. They knew all his albums, so he left it at that.
But do you really want to get into some of that kind of shit with LL? Like, you really want that?
You know what's so funny, bro? Niggas be doing that shit on freestyling on these live radio stations and be rapping a verse on a song that they already put out. Which I find just crazy.
But I'm saying, like, do dudes really want the problems, or is it just a nice story to have? It's like Floyd taking off the glove, stepping out the ring, and you shadow boxing in front of him. Yeah. I caught you. It's like, oh, okay.
That's funny.
Yeah, you caught me. Y'all caught me.
Yeah. So
that's funny.
You think you just weren't as prepared as you
I wasn't prepared.
That's so funny. That's funny.
This motherfucker, he been rapping on the corner for 10 years. He got fucking 1,000 rhymes.
Hey, what that nigga say? What he was ain't on me. Oh, nigga, what that nigga Tyree say? What more do you want from me? You got 10 niggas been rapping for 10 years on the corner. Nigga, what the fuck I'm supposed to do, nigga? Shit, with 10 more niggas coming at me, 8 left and right. Of course I'm gonna fucking lose, nigga. I ain't got no choice. But hey, you wanna rap? You wanna battle, nigga? You wanna go song for song? I'll murder you. That's basically what he was saying.
Ain't got none. I'm out of rhymes. He raps. Okay, good. Congrats. You got that one.
Yeah.
You got that one. But, you know, if I was you, I'd just bank that one and just leave it at that. You know what I mean? Don't, like, drop none.
Everyone was laughing at him, calling him washed, saying that he fell off. And this was almost like revenge for Jay, since L laughed at him 8 years prior during his high school days. Dame even said that it was super embarrassing for L, and that he probably took it too hard.
Damn, that nigga
So he
Jay-Z took
supposedly
that.
got
Damn,
mad and
Jay-Z
started
a petty
mocking Jay,
nigga.
asking him when his album is dropping, knowing that neither Sauce Money nor Jay had an album on the way.
Jay-Z petty.
So it was definitely awkward.
He a
L
petty
then
nigga,
left
bro.
and supposedly held a grudge against the Rockefeller camp that never went away.
People can say what they want, but the proof is in the pudding, man.
Yes.
If anybody wanted a problem with me, they would have let people know. Have you heard anybody wanting a problem with me?
Not in a while.
Any of the people that you're talking about?
Man, not since.
Have you? No, but no, not cannabis.
Right.
With them specific. Like, have you heard anybody say, "Oh, you know what? I'm dying to battle LL. Like I'm dying to get on a record and go at LL. Like, I would love to do that." You think they're sitting somewhere right now thinking that's a good plan?
Well, that hasn't happened.
What I'm telling you is sometimes the best thing to say is nothing.
Right.
So what I'm saying is,
Okay.
one day I came out of club with a pocket full of money and
that
champagne.
is the story, though. That is
and
the story.
it's the truth.
No, but I'm saying
it's
that's
absolutely true.
But that's the story I
don't-
heard.
And I'm glad that everybody was inspired. But
Right.
you know, if you
You
know,
did inspire them.
I'm glad I did. I'm glad I could be of service. I'm glad I could be of service and inspire you. But beyond that, like if you really think like you did something, then you know you know.
Let's jump ahead. Let's jump ahead.
This one,
I think one
basically.
of the most amazing
Make a track. If you really feel like you did something, diss a track.
I think,
Make a diss track.
Yo, do you really think they were gonna battle him?
no, listen. I want to move forward now.
Man, everybody, these dudes had plenty of opportunities to do anything they wanted to do to L, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they really wanted to rhyme on a record and,
Yes,
and
Al.
spit,
Yes,
Tell him.
you know what I'm saying? Like, and no, they don't want to do that. Like, and I, you know what? And I don't want any problems either.
No.
So, you know,
Al,
let's just all
let's
just
leave
keep
that
it
in the
moving. Yeah,
past.
let's just
Let's
keep
leave
it
that in the
moving.
past.
And stop
Unless you want
pretending.
some.
Let's stop pretending.
Okay.
The story's overhyped.
Because
let's
that
stop
book.
pretending that shit.
Let's
A month later, on March 30th, 14 Shots to the Dome came out and ended up flopping. It only went gold.
Damn.
All his previous albums went platinum and double platinum. Word spread fast about LL's supposed
I mean, gold not bad. I mean, that's 500,000. That's good, actually.
loss against
But for him, that's a flop. I get it. It's like Drake going gold right now. I get it.
Jay. They showed everybody in the neighborhood the footage. And Big Daddy Kane, who at the time was known to be one of LL's rivals, competing for the #1 spot as the biggest sex symbol in hip-hop, wanted to work with him. Jay basically did Kane a favor by
sex
humbling
symbol.
in hip-hop LL's right the footage. And Big Daddy Kane, who at the time was known to be one of LL's rivals, competing for the #1 spot as the biggest sex symbol in hip-hop, wanted to work with him. Jay basically did
That's
Kane a
crazy.
favor by humbling his old rival. And in return, he wanted to help him accomplish his dream of becoming a bigger artist than LL.
Oh, wow.
Putting him on his upcoming album Daddy's Home, on the song Show and Proof, together with his rhyme partner Sauce Money. Prior to the battle, he took him on shows, but he never really offered to make a record with him, until now. And he also helped him with his demo tape, which Jay later played for his uncle, hoping for some encouragement. Instead, his uncle wasn't impressed. Told him the tape was trash and whack, advising him
Damn.
to go back and try something better. But Jay didn't back down. He kept telling his uncle that he's going to be better than LL Cool J, but he just laughed at him, dismissed the whole idea, even telling him to turn off the radio, as if what he was hearing couldn't possibly lead anywhere.
Damn.
Man, get out. You're never gonna be better than LL Cool J. Now that LL Cool J is a bad mother effer.
Kane was like, I want to work with you. And I made a demo with Kane. And it was the first time I was like, oh, I can make songs. And that was going to play for my uncle. He's like, man, get that shit out of here. I was like, I'm going to be better than LL Cool J. He's like, get the hell out of here. But my uncle loved me. He was protecting me in that moment the way he could. Because I was dreaming too big for him.
What sounded like rejection at the time became part of the foundation of Jay-Z's mindset. He didn't let that moment define him. He used it as a fuel to sharpen his craft and keep pushing forward, starting his own independent record.
But he made it
label
reality though, bro.
with Dame Dash and Biggs, after getting rejected by major record labels.
Hey,
He
bro.
then started working
If anything, this video tells you, aim for the clouds, or aim for the sky before you can land on the clouds, bro. Aim high always. You can be better than anybody, my nigga.
Working on his debut album, Reasonable Doubt. Meanwhile, L is working on his 6th studio album, Double L Cools Down, which later became Mr. Smith. And according to Dame Dash, L was subliminally dissing Jay on that album. But the label didn't want to put it out because it was lacking in terms of quality, and it got cancelled. I spoke about this in my video LL Cool J versus Tupac and Biggie. At that point, L wanted to leave Def Jam, because in '94 they not only refused to put out the record, but they also refused to give him a budget to make some changes to it and record more music, so that they can release the album. Because they ran out of money during the production, and now he was expected to change it out of his own pocket. One of the tracks that Jay could have taken offense to was Pump My Shit, in which he's talking about some quote-unquote rookies that saw him balling years ago and are now in the league themselves, disrespecting L.
These kids is always frontin', I never understand. Come down off that bullshit and tell me I'm the man. You used to see me ball, now you in the league. Old school or rookie, I'm making it bleed. I can come back, go away, come back, disappear, blow up, and serve them just like that. So tell me, son, what's the use? Your neck is in the noose, the man's on the loose.
After Def Jam canceled his album,
that was definitely at them.
Down, L got close with Puffy from Bad Boy Records.
Shit.
Who not only became his manager, but also wanted to sign him to Bad Boy.
Fuck.
L then asked the producer DJ
This is
Clark
bad.
Kent, who was there when he battled Jay-Z, for beats for his new album Mr. Smith, on which he was working on. He gave him a tape with all his beats, but L never checked them out. Those beats then went to Jay-Z and Biggie. And by the time L was ready to pick beats, Clark Kent basically told him that they're all reserved for Jay and Big, the two people L was competing with at the time. Later on, L decided to make an entire album dissing Biggie, and he also had a couple of lines for Jay, like on the song No Airplay, for example, which was originally a Party Records, back when it was released as a Bad Boy remix earlier that year. But he remade the song with new verses and a new beat. It's more punchline heavy. Basically a track in which L shows off his lyrical capabilities, while making fun of quote rookies.
Slipping on them rookies, you get word up. Yo, I got the laugh, word.
Saying that he got the laugh, as if in the end he won. Even though those rookies are so skillful, they still can't reach the same levels of success.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes singing is so skillful, you just gotta laugh at motherfucker.
They were laughing at him during their battle in '93, claiming that Jay is way more skilled. And now L is laughing back at him because he still hadn't made much progress with his career. In the end of the outro, he even mimicked Jay's flow and rhyme style. It sounded exactly like how Jay was rapping back then.
You know what I'm saying? The track, my niggas is fat, I rip the flow down. More than a fluke, I'm wrecking this shit, so what now? Now shut the track, I'm running your back like backdraft. Pros who follow the track, gotta start at that.
It's like a it was like that. I run kind of like the Migos. Mama.
The whole song is basically packed with battle rhymes that could be directed at anybody. But in the second verse, he's criticizing Jay-Z's flow. Listen carefully.
I'm burning like a cracker, do a cross. Ain't no 3 in a row, tic-tac-toe. This is a real flow, boss.
Ain't no 3 in a row, tic-tac-toe. This is a real flow. He's talking about Jay-Z's triplet flow, his fast-paced rhyme style. A technique where 3 syllables are packed into the same amount of time it would normally take to rap 2. A very unorthodox way of rhyming. There weren't too many rappers doing it back then.
Yeah.
You should have never put me on this mic. You was one.
Calling it whack and corny.
The great to touch it. You can get up with the incredible skills in the jail from Brooklyn. Big up, kid. I got to get chasing behind my pair for garbage bag. Hoping to bring another old rhyme to one of the guys.
On the song I Shot Ya, he's talking about someone's clique not wanting to hear him, calling him washed, saying that he fell off. That's exactly what happened during their battle. They didn't want to hear him when he was spitting rhymes against Jay, thinking that his rapping style and rhymes are old, rusty, and obsolete compared to the new guys.
So, like, the thing about these rhyme skills that Jay-Z is doing, I think they sound good, but is he saying anything that's better than LL Cool J? That's the thing.
After the release of the Mr. Smith album on November 21st, Jay all of a sudden switched up his rapping style. He stopped rapping fast and basically gave up on the triplet flow, the one LL Cool J was making fun of on No Airplay. He then hopped on the beat of LL's I Shotcha and read the lyrics to a song from the upcoming album Reasonable Doubt called No More Mr. Nice Guy, which would later become Brooklyn's Finest, a collaboration with the rapper The Notorious B.I.G., who at the time was also competing with L. And the beat is produced by none other than DJ Clark Kent.
Oh, DJ Clark Kent.
But yeah, Jay did the I Shotcha freestyle in late 95, together with L's rival Big Daddy Kane. And he referenced the song No Airplay, which again contained shots at Jay. LL had censored No Airplay on purpose, even on the explicit version, bleeping out curse words as a satirical jab at radio censorship. And also the criticism from the politician C. Dolores Tucker, who used to criticize hip-hop for the strong profanity in the lyrics. So L censored the record on purpose to show people how absurd and incoherent hip-hop tracks would sound like if all the adult language was removed.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
No airplay. He's not getting airplay because he's cursing too much. And now here comes Jay rapping on L's I Shotcha beat, mentioning no airplay and telling L to not bleep it, saying F Dolores Tucker.
Don't bleep it. The shit sound good, we gon' keep it.
Don't
be getting no airplay. Airplay, I go platinum off a hearsay. It's your year, Jay. Get off my dick. Been my year. Talking to a winner here.
Going platinum over hearsay. Talking to a winner here. Referencing his battle with LL Cool J.
Track got made. What's up, L?
Which again, the Rockefeller camp claims Jay won. And they wanted to use that battle to help Jay build a reputation and blow up in the rap game. He thought he'd go platinum with his upcoming album Reasonable Doubt, which was scheduled to be released on June 25th, 1996. The exact same day, L dropped the single Loungin' Who Do You Love, which many people speculated contained shots at Jay in the video, cause they were driving around in a Lexus just like Jay in the music video for Dead Presidents, which came out 4 months prior. Jay was known for the Lexus back then. He was the one rapper everyone associated with that brand, not only because of the iconic music video, but he also kept referencing it in his lyrics.
I copped the Lex first and put it in a verse. Y'all niggas need to revert to the hurt.
There was another rumor that the song Loungin', your song Loungin' was about Ho.
Hey, that was a bar. Hold on.
Lyrics.
I copped the Lex first and put it in a verse. Y'all niggas need to revert to the hurt.
Y'all niggas need to revert to the hurt. The hurt. It's a car. I don't know. I was going somewhere with that.
There was another rumor that
I was going somewhere with that.
Your song Loungin' was about Ho.
I mean,
because at the time he was known for the Lexus, and you was. Why are you looking at me like that? He was known for the Lexus, and you.
What, you got stocking for Lexus? I can't rap about a Lexus. I can't mention Lexuses. What's going on? What are we doing here? Like, how personal we gonna take this shit, bro? Like,
but was any of those bars about Jay?
No.
So now L
you capping
in the Loungin' video.
You capping.
Also a guy wearing similar shades as Jay.
He capping.
This was supposed to be a shot at Big, not Jay. Only the Lexus was put there because of Jay.
What could I possibly want from him in 90s? Like, let's think about 1996. What do I want with him?
Yeah, he's brand new. Yeah.
What could I possibly want? And so all I did was, there were songs out, I had made some contrasting statements based on his song and my song like that. There was no disrespect. But again, that goes back to that sensitivity, B. Dudes be sensitive, man. It's like, dude, like, don't assume the worst. I had no reason to diss him. Like, for what? Even to today, I don't want to diss homie. For what?
I mean, you mentioned you was salty. You was a little sensitive, and you got a little salty, but it's cool though. Stand on it. I'm with you. I'm with you. Stand on the shit, bro. You dissed him. We got it now. We in 2026. And now we hearing all of this. You diss that nigga. You lying nigga.
Like, I don't want nothing from him. I don't need nothing from him. I'm not looking for nothing. But
It was a little shitty.
Like,
So Al just admitted that the Lexus was put there on purpose. So he definitely had him on his radar at the time.
Yeah.
Even before he started selling large amounts of units. Basically when he was just getting started. And that's why he started referencing the Lexus as well.
I'm bumping underground joints in the Lex Dog. My Queens click shining light through the night fog.
On the B-side of the single, he also has a song called Summer Love, which contains even more shots at Jay. Every time L uses the word rookie, he's referring to Jay. He did it on Pump My Shit, No Airplay, and now on Summer Love.
Old school of rookie, I'm making it bleed. Sitting on a rookie, it's word up. Born equality, rookie, here's the reality. Learn your limitations, you don't want to battle me.
Rookie, here's the reality. Learn your limitations, you don't want to battle me. Which rookie, meaning amateur or freshman, was trying to battle him? Jay is the only one that...
Jay the only one, yeah.
The other two who were going at him at the time were Biggie and Tupac. But those were already...
That was already established niggas, yeah.
So they're not necessarily rookies. Jay was the only rookie coming at him. He also referenced the I Shotcha freestyle.
I can hear him in the darkness, busting freestyles behind my back. Don't whack your lyrics and get your crabs back slapped.
Now the next part is the ultimate proof that these two were going at each other. L was known in hip-hop to compare himself to the legend Bruce Lee, more specifically to his role Kato. He did it in multiple songs. Jay said people...
Hey, you know it's a good movie, bro? Green Hornet. Oh God, that's what this remind me of. Kato, this is what they took it from, huh?
lie like Kato.
Yeah, returning Brooklyn in the Soriego. Niggas lie like Kato. Don't me my soul Latino, don't lasso, find me Rado. Better than Bruce Lee, aka Kato. Don't me my soul Latino, don't lasso, find me Rado. Kato, get up out my face before I play it like Play-Doh.
I be like Bruce Lee and them skins going, whoa.
happy birthday shout out to Bruce Lee, the man, the legend, one of the most inspiring people.
Bruce Lee.
One of the reasons that I got into entertainment, the reason I wanted to make movies, the reason I wanted
The GOAT.
to be an action hero. It was the first non-white actor I saw that inspired me to just want to be my best self. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, he was just...
Hey, Bruce Lee versus Muhammad Ali in a fight. Who y'all think gonna win? Let's go.
an amazing, amazing person. And I have a tremendous amount of respect for him. He truly inspired me. So, Bruce, we love you. Shout out to the whole Bruce Lee estate.
Muhammad Ali beating his ass.
And happy birthday, great one. You the GOAT. Love you, man. Peace.
Yeah, returning Brooklyn in the Soriego. Niggas lie like Kato.
Tell me I'm lying and my lyrics ain't jiggy.
Tell me I'm lying and my lyrics ain't jiggy.
Jiggy jigger looking gully in the joint.
The jigger's back. Your niggas are flat.
Chill. And ain't no eating me up, you fat bitch from a jigger.
Jigger the man gone. I'm out.
But you crazy, think a little bit of rhymes can play me. I'm from Marcy, I'm varsity chump, you JV. Jigger Jay-Z.
Tell me I'm lying and my lyrics ain't jiggy. Competition needs one more chance, just like Biggie.
He does both of them.
And L
He does Jigga and Biggie.
referenced not only the fact that Jay accused him of lying, but also them making fun of his lyrics during their battle. Tell me my lyrics ain't jiggy, meaning stylish.
It's R-O-O-K-I-E, you ain't stylish.
He keep calling that nigga a rookie.
That's what Jay basically
Bro, that's like his 10th time calling that nigga a rookie.
And then L also mentioned Biggie's song One More Chance, saying that his competition needs one more chance like Biggie. This was a shot at both.
Biggie,
Jay
give
and
me one more chance.
collaborated on the song Brooklyn's Finest. And now guess what L called himself on this song? He called himself New York's Finest.
I represent the desert of Queens, New York's finest.
Brooklyn's finest.
I represent the desert of Queens, New York's finest. Indestructible, I got the touch like Midas.
So while Jay and Big call themselves Brooklyn's Finest, L basically tells them that he's even bigger than that. He's not only the finest in his borough, meaning Queens, he's the finest in the entire city of New York.
MCs is prisoners, caught up in the smash, cocking their lyrics back when they know they scared to blast.
It's not a coincidence that Summer Love landed on the B-side of Loungin', the same video in which L put Alexis in. Everything was done strategically.
You're the type of brother dropping jams for nothing. Your clickers lightweight and all them sneak these be bluffing.
Both L and J are
Nah, this not a reach. Hell no. From the beginning, this not a reach. No, these niggas didn't like each other. He popped up at this nigga's spot. Well, New York's finest. Yeah, New York's finest. Yeah, I agree with that. Everybody's calling it New York's finest. But nah, this video is not a reach. Nah, hell no. This nigga, this hatred it runs deep between these two, bro. He embarrassed him, bro. When he was 16, 17 years old, you gotta rewatch the video, bro.
kings of subliminal disses.
Like 33 minutes in.
Mastered their craft, and it was very common for New York MCs to diss each other without naming names. And L was on a mission to assert dominance in the game and reclaim the title King of New York after Biggie was crowned by the Source magazine.
Hey, that's the Source magazine. What was it, back in 90? That's a hard magazine. Somebody probably got that magazine. That shit probably worth money, bro.
He was challenging all the new guys who thought L is washed and obsolete, which includes not only Jay's camp, but also Pac and Big's camp.
I know what's up, you waiting for me to retire. Before I do that, I set the game on fire.
It took Jay's Reasonable Doubt 6 years to go platinum, while L's album Mr. Smith went double platinum in autumn 96.
Well, he bounced back from the last album.
Full-on jiggy rap, trying to become mainstream. In June 97, Rockefeller partnered with Def Jam Recordings before being fully acquired by them. They were now in charge of distribution and co-marketing. Since L and J were now technically label mates, he wanted him on his next album, In My Lifetime Volume 1. And he also wanted him in one of the videos.
Okay.
L turned it down and had no interest in working with him. L was then told to put his differences with him to the side. And that's why things started to cool down.
Okay.
L recorded a song called 4321 with multiple artists on Def Jam, including Redman, Method Man, and DMX, bringing all the big names of Def Jam together. But Jay wasn't invited, even though he would have fit the song perfectly. And that would have been the perfect opportunity to squash the beef.
Stop it, you're amateur MCs. Don't you know I'm like the dream team touring overseas?
L couldn't stand him, especially now that Biggie had passed, cause now Jay was claiming to be the King of New York, a title L wanted for himself, cause he saw himself as the greatest of all time.
My hatred is real, just give me a sign, and I let the world know that the city is mine. What? Watch your mouth, don't ever step out of line. LL Cool J, greatest of all time.
L's album Phenomenon came out on October 14th, 1997, and he started battling the rapper Cannabis, who might have been the reason why L shifted his attention away from Jay.
Cannabis always catching himself in some shit, nigga. They got cooked by him. Now he about to get cooked by this nigga. Oh, you got that magazine, John? Crazy. Hey, send me a picture of that if you got it, bro.
Cannabis.
That's crazy. That's a crazy magazine to have, bro.
Referenced LL's beef with Jay-Z on the diss song's Second Round Knockout. While L was busy with Cannabis, Jay kept dropping new albums annually. LL's beef with
That's what
Jay-Z
this song was?
on this song's Second Round Knockout.
That was about L. Cool J. Never knew that. That's what that song was about.
Jay kept dropping new albums annually and started surpassing L in terms of sales. In My Lifetime Volume 1 in 97, Volume 2 Hard Knock Life in 98,
Wow.
Volume 3 Life and Times of Sean Carter in 99.
John Bap, them magazines probably worth the money, bro.
The Dynasty.
They probably worth like hundreds of dollars, bro. Maybe $1,000s of dollars. I don't fucking know.
In the year 2000, The Blueprint in 2001, Blueprint 2 in 2002, and The Black Album in 2003. All multi-platinum records. In the beginning, L was the leader of Def Jam, with DMX, Method Man, and Redman under his wing. But Jay slowly started replacing him. He was more of a team player, and took DMX, Redman, and Method Man on tour. Jay-Z tours with all the artists from Def Jam except LL. From the outside, it toured.
Wait, so
Black Album in 2003. All multi-platinum records. In the beginning, L was the leader of Def Jam, with DMX, Method Man, and Redman under his wing.
Yeah.
But Jay slowly started replacing him. He was more of a
And Jay took him on tour. And that was it, bro.
team player and took DMX, Redman, and Method Man on tour.
Which is a good thing.
Jay-Z tours with all the artists from Def Jam except LL. From the outside, it didn't seem like Jay had an issue with him. It was actually the opposite. He was always respectful. On November 25th, 2003, he went live at Madison Square Garden and paid homage to LL
98.
by doing a I Need Love remix. It was supposed to be his final performance, cause he wanted to retire. Meanwhile, L's career started to go downhill, at least in terms of sales. His greatest of all time album, In the Year 2000, didn't go platinum. It was considered to be a flop, just like 14 Shots to the Dome. And L even acknowledged it on the album itself, on the song Back Where I Belong, where he raps about a blood telling him that he's not getting love in the streets, and that ever since rappers like DMX and Jay-Z surpassed him in terms of sales, no one was looking out for his music.
Ever since the X's and the Jiggers came out, my ain't trying to hear that smoosh you talk about.
I actually remember at a Soul Train party running to LL. You know, LL says like bananas a lot. He's like, yo, can I live? That's just bananas, B. And I was like, wow, like one of my heroes is like repeating this thing back. So I knew I was on the right track.
In 2002, he then released the album 10, which also only went gold. Then he dropped The Definition in 2004, which didn't go platinum either. On December 8th, 2004, Def Jam's parent company, Island Def Jam, bought out the remaining 50% of Rockefeller Records, leading to Jay being officially appointed as the president and CEO of Def Jam Recordings.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So started off L Cool J dissed you, and he said your shit whack, clowned you in front of everybody. Now you own part ownership of what that nigga signed to. That shit crazy, bro.
A lot of people were unhappy with Jay becoming the new president, one of them being LL, who had been on Def Jam for 20 years at this point. His
Can't do
rival
shit about it, bro.
took over the company he gave birth to, and Jay was now in charge of promoting and releasing L's music.
That's
He had
funny.
basically his present and future in his hands. April 11th, 2006 was when LL dropped his next album, Todd Smith, which didn't perform well because it only went gold after pushing 116,000 units in the first week and debuting at number 6. His previous album, The Definition, had sold 173,000 copies in the first week, and he was now afraid that his next album would sell even less than 100,000 copies. And L blamed it all on Jay-Z.
He wasn't a part owner of Def Jam. He was only the president of the label, not the owner. President of the label. That's still good. President of the label is still good.
Claiming he didn't make the necessary phone calls to promote the records. He tried to call him to talk it out, but Jay supposedly didn't go on the phone, and L was ignored by the label. He spoke about it for the first time at the 2006 MTV Music Awards on August 31st. I think Def Jam needs to be a better promoter for hip-hop. I think Jay-Z does a very good job of promoting Jay-Z. And there was some truth to it.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah, fuck me. I bought this motherfucker, so I'm promote me, nigga. Fuck out of here, nigga. I don't give a fuck about your old ass, nigga. I remember you hated on me, nigga. Nah, that's funny.
Because Jay made a comeback that same year with Kingdom Come, which was released on Def Jam on November 21st, shipping over 680,000 copies in the first week, which is more than all his previous albums before his retirement when he was
the
in
same
his prime.
thing. I get what you
Marked
mean.
the highest selling opening week of his career, so it was definitely possible. Kingdom Come is seen as one of Jay-Z's worst albums, and even that sold more units than 99.9% of albums in hip-hop. And L wasn't the only artist on Def Jam that didn't like how Jay ran the company, cause basically all the 80s and 90s rappers on Def Jam suffered from the same problem. Like DMX, for example, who left the label in January 2006. Jay would later go on Shade 45 and address all these complaints. The challenges Def Jam were facing were dissimilar to any other label, but of course I am who I am, so it is on everyone's radar and is magnified. You can't please everybody, especially when you have over 70 artists. And it's not like I'm the only person there working. It's a company. On LL's album specifically, Jay said it was...
I mean, if I'm the president of the company, which is crazy, and I'm the rapper, my shit gon', I mean, if you want to be fair, you're gonna push everybody's shit the same, right? But I'm the president, so it's like, push my shit a little bit more. That's basically what Jay did. That's basically what Jay did. Like, push my shit a little bit more. Push it a little bit more.
Cool. We did what you believed.
Do I blame him? Nah, cause you earned that spot to do that, but it's wrong to put him down to like do it on purpose. If he was doing it on purpose, that's wrong. If he was like not trying to sell it, not trying to like have they shit do good like on purpose, then yeah, that was wrong.
An incredible job.
I guess. I don't know. It's a conflict of interest, yeah. And he resigned shortly after. Okay.
With the LL project, but it didn't take off. When we went to radio, we could have tried something out of the box and tried for top 40 first. But usually our records start urban and then go top 40.
Nigga basically was Hulk Hogan.
That's the only place I can see where there
was Hulk Hogan with a TNA.
We shot 2 videos before we went to holiday break. One with J-Lo in it. At this point in time, LL had sold over 20 million albums since 1984 and made Def Jam become what it is today. But now he's getting treated like one of 70 people signed to the label and is not getting the necessary push to even be relevant in the game, as if he's no longer one of the main priorities. So he felt pushed to the side. That hurt. That was painful. And it created a lot of bruised blood in my spirits, he explained. I need my records promoted, and your job is to promote them. He needs to be on the phone, calling radio stations. I just don't feel like he had the necessary experience to do that job. LL Cool J then linked up with 50 Cent, who wanted to be the executive producer of LL's next album. Because at the time, 50 was the hardest thing in the world, selling over 1 million albums in a short week. The project L wanted to put out was supposed to be called Todd Smith Part 2, Back to Cool, which was intended as a sequel to his 11th studio album Todd Smith from 2006. It was scheduled to be released on March 6, 2007, and was supposed to be L's final album on Def Jam. He wanted to leave the label. 50 Cent actually tried to be the mediator between them. He told Hot 97, LL's got his own issue with Def Jam, to be honest with you. He feels that they're not prioritizing him. He's been there from the start. I talked to him and I talked to Jay. I am the liaison between them for that project to keep that functioning. And I'm gonna bring the material necessary for us to have a great project. Jay's priority is business. He's a businessman. If it makes good business sense, he's doing it. The album was supposed to contain multiple tracks going at Jay-Z, but it never got released. The collaboration fell apart over business disputes regarding compensation and artistic control. L ultimately removed 50 Cent from the executive producer role, compensating him for his work and taking on the executive producer responsibilities himself. Things seemed to cool down after that, cause L revealed in the New York Magazine in September that he's now open to a conversation about his difficulties at the label, but he also shared concerns about Jay's presidential role. We need to meet.
So 50 came in, 50 was on some shit like, yo, I'm gonna help you out with this shit. And then at the end of the day, that nigga said, nah, I don't need your help, but I'm gonna pay you for yo, I'm gonna compensate you for what you did, cause you took my songs off that I was gonna diss this nigga on, which ain't cool, but I feel you. I thought you would have been cool with me, but we good.
And figure it out.
I feel it.
I'm going to approach the meeting with Jay-Z from a positive, optimistic viewpoint. Hopefully it will work. But let's be real. You know, they have an artist running a label full of artists. That's like Calvin Klein running a fashion label and Varvatos and everyone else is underneath him. What kind of sense does that make? This hierarchy, it doesn't make sense for me.
It's like McDonald's owning Burger King.
Once again on September 17th, 2007, when 50 Cent released a remix to his single I Get Money featuring P. Diddy and Jay-Z. Cause on that song, Jay-Z
Is that I get
himself
money,
the
I
greatest
get
of all
money.
time. An acronym LL Cool J significantly popularized by releasing his 8th studio album GOAT in September 2000.
Hurry up, kill me. I'm all ready to go. Next stop is the Philly. Watch your mouth. Don't ever step out of line. LL Cool J, greatest of all time.
Hold on. Did LL Cool J create the meaning GOAT? Hey, yo. Or was it Jay? Who started using the word GOAT first? This shit blowing my mind. Hold on. Wait. It might have been Jay. Jay was the first nigga to use the word GOAT. In 07 or 08. And it just stuck. But LL said greatest of all time, but then he was like, GOAT. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm totally off, but this just blew my mind. So maybe I'm right. Hey, maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm cooking, my nigga. Maybe I'm cooking, my nigga. You feel me? Maybe I'll figure out something. You feel me? Never know, bro. Never know. Back to the video, though.
L felt disrespected and saw it as pure provocation. That's why he went back to battle mode. He was ready to go all out, recording multiple songs aimed at Jay.
Honestly, I love the competition. Like, the competition for me is beautiful. I'm about to smack some cats around here soon. They talking a little reckless out there. Stepped in and, got themselves in trouble. So it's going to be a lot of fun, man. This next couple of months of hip-hop is about to be real exciting and a lot of fun. This new generation doesn't necessarily know my history. So sometimes you got a Bernard Hopkins, a cat, for them to understand what they dealing with. There's a lot of paper champions running around fronting, and we're gonna get it straight now. I'm happy that this moment has come to this, because I'm about to dig. It's about to get real funny right now. Yeah, it's about to get real funny. Yeah.
Milky, and he's back.
Why you do
But he never.
Why you do that to yourself? I don't even know why you did that to yourself, man. When you was doing that verse, you should have been doing your job, B. See?
Some people accused L of being jealous of Jay for getting the position at Def Jam instead of him. But he shut that down by saying that the job was offered to him 10 years prior when Leo Cohen stepped down. But he turned down the offer since he didn't have any experience in that field and didn't want to sit at a desk all day and make calls, do paperwork. He just wanted to be an actor and a rap artist. Nothing more, nothing less. So the president of Def Jam, Leo Cohen, was replaced by Kevin Liles, who in 2004
Nigga throwing out big B's.
stepped down as well. Jay had just announced his retirement after the Black album and wanted to fully focus on business. So he was seen as the perfect replacement for Kevin Liles.
As far as me going at homeboy, look, my bottom line, my job is simple. I need my records promoted. People have to understand that when they talk about LL, you talking about 24 years.
Hey, light the video up. Give me like shit. I mean like something right now. I don't know. Maybe I'm at 5. Give me at 7. Fuck it. 7. Let 7 be the limit.
Yes. Okay. Not 12. Not 12. And when you talk about LL, you talking about 1984 and me starting the label. You know what I'm saying? Me, Russell, and Rick actually sitting there and starting Def Jam. So I'm not like I don't begrudge nobody their success and anything that's happening in their lives. And I hear a lot of silly shit about people talking about like I want a job up there. Like what part of me being LL Cool J makes somebody think I want a job at a record company? Like I don't know where people get that idea from, but that's like a fantasy. Because the reality is I turned them records that job down 10 years ago. And I'll tell you why. Just because you can bake a cake, you know what I'm saying, doesn't mean that you're qualified to run a bakery. I never felt like I had the experience to do that.
That makes sense.
So I didn't take the job. So people need to understand that. And as far as going at Jay, it's nothing personal. Like this is purely business. Like all I wanted him to do, all I want the record company to do is promote my records. I'm not looking to assassinate anybody's character. I'm not looking to degrade nobody. I ain't got to do that. Why would I need to do that? I mean, I'm going on my 13th record. And not my 13th record because I jammed 13 albums in the 12 or 13 years. I'm going on my 13th record in my 24th year of my career.
I mean, you can't. I mean, I get it. He ain't trying to, assassinate his character or anything. But you're coming at this nigga in these rhymes. And also, he accepted the deal and you didn't. So, hey, bro. I feel it, though.
I'm doing very well. I got Grammys on the wall. Everything is right. So, people when they look at me, they got to understand who's talking. You know what I'm saying? This is like, I'm not new to this. Like, I do this for real. I've been doing this. And, you know, a record needs to be promoted. And if somebody gives you their word, they got to keep it. It's as simple as that. So as far as me trying to degrade homeboy or begrudging someone's success, it's impossible because I'm successful. Extremely. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to play those games. You know, I'm like some new cat that's looking to pick at somebody or take shots at somebody. I'm not looking to do that. They didn't promote my record. I want my records promoted. And that's what it is. And I met with them and told them the same thing to their faces. So this is not, you know, and as far as people talking about, oh, well, he could have got this person on the phone. I called. You don't pick up the phone? I fire a shot in the air. Hello?
You could tell that L had been waiting for this moment.
Hello?
All these years he wanted to battle Jay.
That's funny.
Waiting for him to
That was funny.
But Jay had always been against it. And now L had finally found a reason to go at him. Headlines suggested that these two would address the beef in diss tracks.
That's
However,
funny.
in an October 2000
Hello?
listening session for Jay-Z's next album, American Gangster,
This nigga LL Cool J funny.
when talking to MTV News. He's a legend. I'm not doing that. He's upset, not me. If you wanna work it out, I'm more than willing to do that. On November 6th, Jay's album American Gangster comes out on Def Jam and sells 425,000 copies in the first week. All while things were going downhill for L in terms of popularity, cause his fan base was shrinking, and L held Jay responsible for it. On December 7th, 2007, DJ Who Kid released an album called G-Unit Radio Special Edition, After Curtis, which contains a song called Queens by LL Cool J featuring 50 Cent, Cool G Rap, Prodigy, and Tony Yayo. And on that song, he had a shot at Jay-Z.
I wish Rick and Russell was back. I miss the old Def Jam, cause them new monkeys act like they don't know who I am.
Def Jam was founded by Rick Rubin, and Russell Simmons joined shortly after. LL was the first artist to ever sign with the label, and he misses the days they managed to...
Wait.
Jam was founded by Rick Rubin, and Russell Simmons joined shortly after.
Rick Rubin is that, ain't that white nigga? They be having them white parties?
LL was the first artist to ever sign with the label, and he misses the days they managed the company together, cause them quote-unquote...
LL Cool J was the first to sign to a label? Hip-hop nigga? That's crazy. Nah, that can't be true.
Quote, new monkeys talking about Jay act like they don't know who he is. L was the face of Def Jam. He built the label with his own hands. And so, of course, he wants special treatment
That's true.
compared to all the other artists on the label.
The promotion and marketing wasn't worth a damn. Now they on the balls again, cause 50, my man.
Jay and 50 were rivals back then. So people thought they teamed up to get under Jay's skin. Although at that moment in time, 50 and Jay had already made peace.
We rep a hood, goofy. How about you?
Both L and 50 are from Queens. Jay is from Brooklyn. So he's asking Jay if he's still repping his hood, cause Jay at the time had moved to Manhattan. A year later, Jay actually indirectly responded by making the song Brooklyn Go Hard. But yeah, shortly after the release of LL's song, he was interviewed by MTV and explained to them how Jay didn't understand how much Def Jam meant to him. These guys fail to realize that when you talk about Def Jam, you're talking about my legacy. Everything that ever happened at Def Jam
And this is a petty beef, but I understand the beef.
is my legacy.
I understand the beef.
Without me being
They did
a
have beef. This
16-year-old
was beef,
boy
yeah.
with my rhyme book,
This is long years of beef.
everything that's ever been a success up there is a product of me, and I've given birth to it. I didn't personally attack
It's not
anyone
big
on
beef,
Queens,
but it's
at
beef,
the same
for
time,
sure.
I have the right to speak on
It's
something
definitely
I
beef.
helped build. When Russell feels something, he speaks on it as Russell Simmons. That same month, meaning in December 2007, Jay-Z officially stepped down from his position as the president and CEO of Def Jam Recordings and fully transitioned out of his executive role as his contract expired. He then launched his new entertainment company, Rock Nation, after signing a landmark $150 million deal with touring giant Live Nation. LL was happy about Jay leaving, cause in May 2008 he told Hot 97 that he was feeling optimistic about the label's future now that Jay has departed. On June 23, 2008, G-Unit released a remix to the song Straight Outta Southside, featuring LL Cool J.
Man's murdering the whole rap industry, cause y'all niggas are not what you pretend to be.
L once again takes shots at Jay, saying that he doesn't care about the messages that he's been sending him regarding the promotion of his album, and then possibly talking it out now that he left the label. L signaled to him that the beef is still on. On September 9th, 2008,
Now that's a reach. That's a reach.
L released his 12th studio album Exit 13, which sold even less units now that Jay had left the label, shipping 44,000 copies in the first week, less than half what Todd Smith had sold. And this time he had no one to blame. But the album contains multiple shots at Jay, like on the song It's Time for War, for example.
You said I was finished and Father Time was to blame. You disrespected my legacy and threw dirt on my name.
Rap music has always been considered to be a young man's game, and Jay was always criticizing older artists for trying to appeal to a younger audience by making music as if they're still in their 20s, even though L was already 40. He would later speak about this in interviews, but it was rumored that he told L that part of the reason why his albums aren't selling as much as in his prime is because he's gotten old now and lost touch with the youth.
Told DJs he's over, he ain't spitting the same. What he says is irrelevant, hip-hop culture has changed.
And then he talks about how young people look at him strange every time.
I mean, that's not wrong. Hip hop changes. It gets different. It doesn't stay the same. You got to mold into something different. It went from hip hop to rapping about bitches and drugs and all that type shit. And more went to about rapping about money during that era that Jay-Z realized. So he went to that era partying, all that type of shit. And it stopped being like that boom bap rap pretty much died. And that's why shit wasn't selling that much. But all that being said, there's boom bap rap that sells. I think his name, sometimes the name alone, you know, kind of just dies with it, and you just gotta move on, bro.
He walks in the room, and he feels disrespected since he helped build the culture that everyone loves and wants to be a part of.
You had your time, bro. It's like LeBron right now. You had your time. You're not about to win another ring, bro. It's over. You had your time. My ass hurt. My ass hurt. My ass hurt. Okay, there we go. But yeah, it's like that, bro. And it's not, your time isn't your time no more.
Flowers, cause he changed rap forever, elevated the game, and launched the greatest label in rap history.
Tell those dumb motherfuckers to fall back. The crown looks wrong on your head. I want that.
The crown looks wrong on your head. Obvious shot at Jay-Z, who, even on the I Get Money remix, claimed that he's still the king of New York.
In case y'all forgot, New York is still mine. They will plot against me and kill them because I'm balling now. Some of y'all didn't pick up the phone, but I got you calling now. I'm all ready to go. Next stop is Philly.
And again, that was the same song on which he called himself the GOAT. Now L has a song called Rocking with the GOAT. Then he has a song called Speeding on the Highway Exit 13, on which he mentions Nas's Jay-Z diss record Ether, which L is bumping in the car. Then we get to the bonus track New York.
Let me tell you what's up with all these New York cats. They got too rich and lost a grip on rap.
Claiming that Jay got too rich and got out of touch with rap.
Yeah, but Jay, he understand that he took the L to Nas and he accepted it.
Promoting everything on the label but rap artists, to the point where even a guy like Superman gets treated like the average Joe, just because the guy in charge of the company can't recognize the worth of his artists.
They let the country boys take over the soundtrack and blow the Superman king straight off their back.
Then he talks about quote-unquote wannabe kings, telling them that their reign is over. Again, Jay always claimed to be the king of New York, and the game felt like he deserves the crown after seeing all his accomplishments. But L obviously had a problem with that, since these two are rivals, and L considers himself to be the greatest of all time.
A lot of wannabe kings, but I'm the real one. All these cats playing dumb, they know the deal, son.
He said something similar in the end of the next verse, telling Jay that he wants the crown back.
I want the crown back, boy, you don't deserve that.
In the third verse, he explains how Jay got the crown in the first place, telling him that the only reason he got it is because L focused on acting and put his music career second. That's why Jay was supposedly able to claim the crown for himself during.
You know what I think of that? You know that you know what I think of that excuse? You know what I think of that excuse, Monica? That is a terrible excuse that never should be told. That is some of the most garbage excuse I've ever heard in my life. Talking about you went acting in Hollywood. That's the reason why he won it. That's the reason why he won it? Really? No. Yeah, it's bad.
L's absence.
I went to Hollywood and let them borrow the crown, but they got too cocky. I'm back to check these clowns.
Nah, bro. He took it. He took it from me, dog.
Jay to
I feel you, though.
Again, telling him that the crown belongs to him and that he's the greatest of all time. That he got.
Now you got 6ix9ine saying he got the crown. The crown even matter anymore.
Of the disses, because Jay was not really entertaining it and had already left the label. So
now, honestly, who has the crown of New York right now?
Had he released the album a year prior with 50 Cent as the executive producer, we would have seen way more disses. Exit 13, just like Todd Smith, was not marketed and promoted well, according to LL, who in 2009 stated, "The record just really honestly, didn't have that support that I wish it would have had. I can't blame anyone. It was my last record. And I guess for whatever reason, whether it was quality or business, the company just decided they were going to write it off and not really give it that shot. Because the album didn't even go gold. After 24 years,
career over, bro.
With the label and wanted to quit rapping. Jay then started working on his album Blueprint 3.
We're not quitting, more like retiring, bro. You did it enough. You've been doing this for 20 plus years, dog. Retire, dog. And you earned enough money to retire.
Which contains a song called Empire State of Mind, a New York anthem just like LL's New York, but it became one of the biggest hits of 2009. In a June 2010 interview with Rolling Stone magazine, Jay spoke on the unparalleled longevity he believed he was in the middle of. One of the reasons I wanted to make Blueprint 3 was because of the challenge. We've seen people like LL Cool J have longevity, and we respect the heritage of what he's done. But it's not like right now he's competing on the same level as Lil Wayne. So for me to still be able to compete at that level at my age, that's rarefied air. Damn,
he threw a shot at that nigga. Far.
Like right now he's competing on the same my age, that's rarefied air. It's never been done. I think the problem with the people as they start to mature, they say rap is a young man's game, and they keep trying to make young songs. But you don't know the slang. It changes every day. You can visit the topic, but these kids live it every day. And you're just visiting. So you're trying to be something you're not. And the audience doesn't buy into that. And people wonder why. I made a great Southern bounce song. You're from New York and you're 70. Why are you bouncing? A lot of people thought that was a shot at LL for thinking that he can still compete with the young guys. But from that point on, things started to cool down. LL released another album in 2013 called Authentic, but not on Def Jam. And it only sold 14,000 copies in the first week. But at that point, he had become a full-time actor and didn't really care about his rapping career.
Man, go ahead.
In 2015 Grammy weekend celebrations, Jay and LL were photographed together at multiple events, quietly signaling that any animosity between them was now gone. In 2021, both Jay-Z and LL were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and Jay gave L a shout-out during his acceptance speech.
When I was thinking of what I was going to say tonight, these heroes just kept coming to my mind. LL Cool J. And I would watch these guys, and LL, he opened up the doors for us to be vulnerable. When I'm alone in my room, I used to sing that. Sometimes he gave us emotional intelligence. And I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to be like those guys.
LL returned to Def Jam in 2024, releasing the album The Force. They have both become super successful businessmen that can make millions without hip-hop. At the end of the day, the feud between LL Cool J and Jay-Z was never really about one diss track or one interview. It was about legacy and respect. When two larger-than-life figures from different eras compete for the same crown, tension is almost inevitable. Luckily, this never turned into a destructive war like some of the other legendary rap beefs. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video.
Good video, long video, but a lot of interesting facts in here. I learned a lot of things that I would have never knew if I wouldn't have watched this video. So shouts out to shout out to Hip Hop Universe. Good fucking video. I liked it. You like that? Like the video. Shout out to him, subscribe to him, and yeah. Want to see more videos like this, comment below, and I got y'all. Peace from QG.